Welcome back. You're watching the Signature Morning Show. And today, just because it was World Mental Health Day yesterday, we're continuing the discussions regarding that. We're going to expand on the discussions we've had earlier. And Dr. Vincent Ubochi would assist us in expanding on that because he is very vast in that regard. He is the Chief Consultant Psychiatrist, Federal Neuropsychiatric Hospital in Enugu State. Good to have you. Good morning, sir.
It's a pleasure. Thank you very much. And thank you, viewers.
Fabulous. I mean, there's so many people who speak about mental health, but they really don't even know what it is. And most of it, in fact, Nigeria don't even take into cognizance the issue of mental health. Why do you think this is? And how should we be reacting to issues relating to mental health?
Well, it's so sad that the society plays down on the issue relating to mental health because they tend to attribute mental health as a mental illness. And because when they see mental illness, they have their own view about mental illness. But mental health is not mental illness.
Okay.
It is not mere absence of mental illness. It has to do with a state of well-being that enables people, you and me and the greater society, everybody there, to cope with stresses of life, which everybody has every day. The hassles of the road, the workplace, the hassles of everything you talk about, economy and everything, coping with the stresses. To realize their abilities, that means anything that prevents you from realizing your ability affects your mental health, no matter how and where. And also to learn well, because we keep learning every day in order to improve. As well as to work well also, because wherever we work, we have to put in our best and be satisfied with our output in whatever we are doing. Not only that, to relate well with people also. In the road with the bus drivers, to relate well with bus drivers, conductors, everybody that comes across our way during our daily lives, relating well with them means a lot. And also to contribute to their society. Anybody that lacks any aspect of all this, and many more that are not included in what I'm talking about, what I just mentioned, is not having good mental health.
So it's your ability to be able to overcome every single stress that comes at you, because it's impossible not to have those stresses because they're normal, you're a human being, so you could come through with those stresses, and your ability to be able to overcome them and still maintain sanity is what you
Exactly, because you have to cope with it. You have to navigate and still relax. Yeah, you are walking, you are not crying about your child that was sick in the hospital. You are not worried about your house that will be boggled at home. You are not fearing that NEPA will cut your, EDC will cut your line next week because of the cost. You are not afraid on how you are going to drive home. You are not worried also about how you are going to get food for your children when you get home. If all these things are there, you are not having good mental health. It is different from mental illness, because mental illness is whenever this is causing distress to you and also causing distress to the society because you cannot cope with them, then you have maybe say adjourned to have mental illness. And there are various types of mental illnesses.
What for you is the way to cope? Stress are normal, they would come. So as someone who is a doctor in this regard, how do you maintain certain sanity in the face of all of these challenges? Because it's not everybody that has the capacity to stave off these stresses that comes at them. There's some that will break down because of the emotions that comes with it. How do you stay above board?
Yeah, this one leads us to the theme of the mental health, World Mental Health Day that we had yesterday, at least at workplace. He said, it is time to prioritize mental health at workplace. That is the thing. He's calling on people, the government, everybody, every concerned individuals has issue relating to the well-being of the world or the people at large, to prioritize mental health at workplace. And you find out that with at least how many percent, the number of percentage of Nigerians that are working in order to make their living. If you don't work, you cannot pay. Almost everybody that is within the adult range to adult range, and even sometimes this time around, children are being used to work, you know. So if the workplace, your office, your market, your auditing are not providing the enabling environment for you to work, you are having an issue. And that means that if we can enhance the capacity of us to put in our best in our workplace, and also get the requisite benefit that is required to enable us achieve our main objective of picking up that job and receiving the requisite income, then we have good mental health. So the sensitization here now drives us to ensure that we, as people working in any office at all, has the capacity now that we have safety. As when we are here now, we are afraid that some people will stop into this studio in the next minute to abduct us. Definitely while you are working, you'll be scanning around and you're productive. Everybody will say, I hope this person is okay. That's what the viewers will look at. So you don't have good mental health. So if we can provide that safety in our workplace, that is one of the ways to help us challenge our stresses that is related to that. Not only that, also discrimination in work. Like if you come here, you perform better than the next person, but this person is being promoted more than you, or you are older than this person in the profession and you have been giving your best. Suddenly somebody came up today because of where you are coming from and the tribe you are from, or from the religious sect you are from. Now they throw you out and bring on apparently unqualified person to head you. Definitely they are destroying your mental health. So in offices, that is one of the ways such things can be prevented. Not only that, also selection criteria is also important. Selecting the best qualified. The best qualified, not the best that triggered, for instance, I said, this is my anointed child, please take him. And that person cannot even answer the questions in the interview. So when you look at it, if you wonder that he cannot even perform. Even common tasks cannot carry out common tasks. So all those things are the challenges we have. Assuming you are there, you are best qualified. Definitely your guess is as good as mine. Not only also income. You know, the civil servants, the labor union has been crying for increase in salary for the wages of workers. I don't know whether the word decrease can do anything or the same. There is fuel hike. There is a electricity tariff hike. There is tax hike. There is interest rate hike because some of the civil servants borrow from the bank with their salary and they'll be cutting it as the salary comes. With interest rate of 41% now, from around 24% to 41%. From bank to bank. I don't know how that can be possible if you have challenges you want to do. As you are retiring and want to start setting up business to prepare yourself from retirement, then you find out that you can't borrow from bank because of high interest rates. So there definitely will not have good mental health. But if all such economic indices that affects both macro and micro economy of the nation are being addressed, definitely your mental health will impact on your mental health. But if not, sometimes we cannot cope. You give in, and they say you have mental disorders. Job insecurity. Today you're at work, we're like bankers. That's the commonest area I know about that. You are going to your work the next day. To log into your system, it got blocked. That means that's an information to you that you are being sacked. no prior knowledge, no prior nothing. I wonder how many people that can cope with that kind of condition. And if you peer into the reason why you are being sacked, you may not have any cogent reason, you know. So because of one or two things. Now that is now in workplace. Now we are advocating to introduce what we call EPA. What is EPA means? EPA means employees. That's EPA. That, a situation where you set up a group or a part of the workers to investigate on the problem of the worker. Now I'm a perpetual latecomer in the workplace. You've not bothered to know why am I coming late. Maybe I'm taking care of my aged mother that is bedridden. I'm doing this and that and that and that, this and that, having all sorts of challenges, taking my child to the school after that and doing all those things. What has the workplace provided in order to help me cope with some of these challenges? These are the things the EPA, that is the, we call it, if I remember it, the full meaning of it, I will remember it. It just escaped my memory now. So, those are the things they do. They address individuals' challenge at workplace, and that affects them not to do their work. And you see that work performance is indirectly or inversely proportional to the mental health. With poor mental health, definitely your work output will definitely be affected. Coming back to the question you talked about, generally, there are many things we can do in order to improve our mental health. Many people go to social media, from people who have advocated both that are good, bad, and ugly. But what is important is that we raise from childhood our children to learn how to be resilient. Because sometimes we harass our children to the point that they become fearful every time. When they see people, they run inside their house because of the way they believe that their father is a terror, or their mother is whatever they think that is negative. So in that instance, we expect the mothers to start early to build strong attitude and character in their children from the beginning, so that when they are being challenged, they're already from childhood well equipped. I was listening to the girl child when the former commissioner for Anambra State Women Affairs was saying that they teach them strategies to address and to challenge such confrontation. If you don't have that capacity, you fall a victim. And when you fall a victim and you are highly traumatized, definitely you are predisposed to poor mental health, and you may develop mental health challenges as a result. So those are the things we try to build in our children early enough. Another thing we need to do is, when we are faced with crisis, speak out. It is unfortunate that we see psychiatrists as those that are treating, in quotes, I'm regretting using this word, mad people. I'm sorry using it, but I don't want to drive it home. And as a matter of fact, you are mad yourself. Even our friends that are supposed to be open and associate with us openly try to associate with us in the secret, because they will say maybe they are mad to be seeing psychiatric doctors. But the best friend you have on earth that will help you walk through all your crises is a psychiatrist. Imagine being with a psychiatrist discussing your challenges. It's not mental health problem, or it's not mental illness or radio. And the person will be seeing it from the professional point of view and advise you from the beginning. If there's a practices, if you need psychotherapy, if you need counseling, if you need ordinary advice, the person can give you ordinary advice. And give you how coping mechanisms. There are what we call coping styles. Everybody has coping style. Some people, if I know you now, you withdraw. And keep it in your... In short, to be frank, just 2 days ago, I was with a friend. They're trying to outwit him in something. And he said he want them to complete that scene before he can challenge them. I said, confront them now. He confronted them. Now, those people are the people running around to make peace with him, not him running to make peace now.
Yeah.
So when he went home, he called me that he slept well the whole night because of what was happening. And he kept abreast, telling me everything as it goes. So you see, sometimes our inaction at a particular time creates a very big problem for us. Some commit suicide because they turn that aggression inwards. Instead of expressing it to people to guide them, ventilating to people and talking to them. I don't say this one when you are kidnapped. You don't go and see a psychiatrist. That is the only succor or trained, well-trained clinical psychologist. These are the only succor you have. Going to tell your pastor, your this, what do them, some of them are knowledgeable anyway. But these are the people that will give you clear information on what we are
So
going to
how
do.
accessible are these mental health services to populations in rural areas and of course to all these vulnerable people out there?
Yes, it's very, very important that because this question is very important because what our hospital has been trying to embark on since, but trying to get in the buy-in of the government, Federal New Psychiatric Hospital, with the buy-in of the government into the system is establishing mental health facilities or mental health services in the community. That's the community mental health. That is the key way to do it. Imagine every primary health care center in the village is accessible, is affordable. You just walk in there to see a mental health professional there to guide you through some of these problems. If it's something that requires high-level operation, they refer to a bigger person that is more vast in the process. So establishing primary community mental health services is the key to creating that accessibility. Otherwise, you transfer yourself or you transport yourself to such a distance to see the few mental health professionals that exist.
All right, Dr. Vincent, I want to say a very big thank you. This is so profound, and you explained it in the way the layman would understand exactly what it is, and we truly appreciate you, and I'm sure that we are going to invite you once again to have more time to explain further these issues. This is very important issues. It's so sad that most people don't incorporate these things in their daily discussions. We hope that this changes as time builds up. Thank you again for your time.
Thank you very
for
much.
your time.
Thank you, viewers. Please make your mental health your priority, especially at your workplace.
Very important. Dr. Vincent Obochi is the Chief Consultant Psychiatrist, Federal Neuropsychiatrist Hospital in Enugu State. Thank you so much for being a fantastic friend all through the morning and up through the week as well. We're coming to an end to this particular broadcast, at least for now. We're back Monday morning for another fine time. But again, we have a new day on Saturday and Sunday, and some other programs lined up for your pleasure. My name is Charles Pius.